member groups that works towards changing U.S. policy in Israel and Palestine to support peace, justice, human rights, and international law. Josh spends a lot of his own time lobbying Congress, doing interviews, organizing protests, and traveling the country and the world, speaking in support of Palestinian human rights and against the Israeli occupation. Former British Member of Parliament George Galloway recently referred to Josh as a great talent. Josh's recent articles appeared in Huffington Post on why the U.S. can't afford military aid to Israel. Also in USA Today, Obama's misplaced missive, discussing the administration's half-hearted attempts at restarting the peace negotiations. Josh is also no stranger to our candidate tonight. He ran for Arlington County Board and as a delegate in Arlington's 47th District. Josh, on behalf of the Candidate Tonight Steering Committee, and for everything you do, I present this Community Service Award.
That's his wife, by the way. Okay.
He's asking me when they interview before him.
All right.
Thank you so much, Mona. I'd like to thank the Arab American Republicans of Virginia, the Arab American Democrats of Virginia, and the New Dominion PAC for this Community Service Award. Shukran jazilan ala hadhihi al-jaiza al-marmuqa.
Wow. Impressive.
I'm truly honored to receive this award here tonight with so many friends
You're born here?
and colleagues. Thank you. As the National Advocacy Director of the U.S. campaign to end the Israeli occupation, a national coalition of more than 325 organizations working to change U.S. policy towards Palestine-Israel to support human rights, international law, and equality. I gratefully accept this award in recognition of what we have accomplished, as an indication that we are on the right track, and as encouragement to continue this work to reach our goal. In some respects, life for Palestinians living under Israeli occupation and apartheid has never been more difficult than today. With Gaza besieged, East Jerusalem and the West Bank colonized, Palestinian citizens of Israel repressed for exercising their democratic rights, and Palestinian refugees no closer to attaining their right of return. Yet, in other respects, those of us, and I know I'm speaking about the vast majority in this room here tonight, those of us who support the Palestinian struggle for justice, for human rights, for dignity, for peace, have more reason for hope today than ever before. Israel's narrative of victimhood and innocence is crumbling, not only in Europe and throughout the world, but here in the United States as well. The brutality of its policies towards Palestinians and Lebanese is leading to profound changes in public opinion here in this country. Mainstream newspapers have finally opened their op-ed pages to Palestinian voices. And perhaps, most importantly, a global movement against Israel's policies, similar to the one that helped bring down apartheid in South Africa. A campaign of boycott, divestment, and sanctions is flourishing worldwide. And when civil society's support for Israel's policies run dry, the politicians here in this room and beyond will eventually catch up to public opinion and end U.S. support for Israeli occupation and apartheid. It is our collective responsibility to hasten that day by educating and organizing our fellow citizens, by engaging and pressuring our elected officials, and by promoting campaigns of boycott, divestment, and sanctions until the time when Israel complies with human rights and international law. Last but not least, I gratefully accept this award in the hope, in the belief, and the understanding that all of you will join with us in the U.S. campaign to end the Israeli occupation to make this dream a reality. Thank you.